Alright, in our last video, we figured out whether a relationship was proportional or non-proportional in a graph. Now we're going to figure that out in a situation, in a given word problem or scenario. So, a situation is considered proportional a situation is considered proportional when it doesn't have anything added or subtracted from it. So in the form y equals mx plus b, this is called slope-intercept form. The value of b needs to be 0 in order for the situation to be considered proportional. Alright? So if an equation is a nonlinear equation, it represents a non-proportional relationship. Remember, it has to be linear. It has to be a straight line. A linear equation of the form y equals mx plus b may represent either a proportional, where b equals 0, or a non-proportional when b is not 0 relationship. So let's take a look at this situation here. The number of years since Keith graduated from middle school can be represented by the equation y equals a minus 14, where y is the number of years and a is his age. So this is basically going to be our slope, and this is going to be number of years, which is equal to our b value, which is our y-intercept. Is the relationship between the number of years since Keith graduated and his age proportional or non-proportional? Alright, so remember, if it's proportional, this b value here has to be equal to 0. It is not equal to 0. It is equal to negative 14. So, if that's the case, this is going to be a non-proportional relationship. Alright? Simple as that. Now, let's take a look at a few situations here and see if we could actually write some equations for this. So, example 1. Let's go through a proportional, then a non-proportional, proportional, then non-proportional. So, the first one, the cost of a bag of peanuts is $7 at a baseball game. I'm not adding anything, I'm not subtracting anything, so y is just equal to 7x. 7 times the amount of bags of peanuts that I get. Now, let's take a look over here. Mira buys a plant when it is 3 inches. It grows at an average rate of 0.5 inches per week. So that's going to be my variable here. This is important, that per week. So that number changes depending on the week. So y equals 0.5x. Alright, but the plant started at 3 inches, so plus 3. This over here signifies that I have a non-proportional relationship because this b value is not equal to 0. 2. A car travels at a constant speed of 45 miles per hour. Okay, so here is our variable, that per, meaning it's going to change. So I can simply write this as y equals 45x. Alright, so depending on the amount of hours I go, that depends on the amount of total miles that I have. Second example. Steph starts her road trip 9 miles away from her house and travels at a speed of 50 miles per hour. Once again, this is my variable here. But, as you can see, it started 9 miles away. So, y equals 50x plus 9. I'm adding that 9 there. That 9 is not 0. Next, a pepperoni pizza costs $10 at a local pizza store. Alright, so for each pepperoni pizza, it's $10. So, y equals 10x. The amount of pepperonis I buy multiplied by 10 is going to give me my total cost. I'm not adding anything and I'm not subtracting anything. Now, let's take a look at this example, which is kind of similar. A pizza costs $8 plus $1.50 for each additional topping. So depending on the amount of toppings I want, that's going to change. So this 1.5 is going to be my variable. So y is equal to 1.5x plus I need to pay for the pizza overall. It's going to be $8 either way. Alright, so if I want a plain pizza with 0 toppings, it's just going to cost $8. But if I want 2 toppings, is 150 times 2 plus 8. So my b value here is going to be equal to 8, which makes it non-proportional. A candle starts off, alright, so it started off at 10 inches tall and burns 0.25 inches per hour. So this is my variable. It's going to change depending on the hour. So y is equal to, this is negative because it's getting smaller, it's burning, 0.25x plus 10 because it starts off at 10. If I wanted to as well, I could have written it this way. 10 minus 0.25x. Okay? So that's basically how you could tell whether a situation is proportional or non-proportional. Figure out what its variable is, and then if it's adding something or subtracting something, that'll tell you whether it's proportional or non-proportional.